Good morning, YouTubers. It's Charity here, and I just want to talk to you a little bit. Well, first, I'm at Richmond Beach, up at the top of the bluff, and it's beautiful up here. It's a beautiful day. It was supposed to be rainy, but it's not, thank God. So because I wanted to mainly walk you through like what you do to become a yoga teacher, I wanted to talk to you about what we've been doing in class. So Saturday we had a super long day in class, 7 a.m. to 3:30. The cool thing is when we first get to class, the teacher has us just meditate for like a half an hour. So if you're tired, exhausted, stressed out, whatever you have going on for the day, you just lay there and relax and breathe and focus on your breath. Because I never really knew what meditate means exactly, but it means just focus on your breath and connecting to your breath and how it feels in your body and just listening to your breath in your body. So you can either sit up and meditate, straight, like this, or the teacher allows you to lay down, or whatever position feels good and comfortable for you to meditate in. That's what we do for the first half an hour of class. And then she has us break out to do certain activities like group exercises. So what we did was we got blindfolded, and someone had to lead us around the college blindfolded. So we would hold on to their arm, and the girl who was leading me around, she would take my hand and say, touch this, how does this feel? And I would be able to touch and feel different things being blindfolded, which was a super cool experience. I really liked it. I thought it'd be really hard to be blind, first of all, and second of all, you just got to feel things differently and see things differently. And then I took her around blindfolded, and so she got to kind of feel and see how things felt. And then we went back into class and we talked about it and how it felt and stuff. So that was a fun group activity. And then we did also another group activity that was we went around the room saying one point where someone had a good intention for you, or you had a good intention for someone else, but it went wrong. So my example was a girl at work said she was going to work for me, and I worked for her on Friday. She was going to work for me Saturday. And then on Saturday she called me and said she couldn't work for me anymore. And so she had a great intention of working for me, but then she couldn't do it because she had a medical emergency. So at this point, I was like freaking out. I don't know what to do. And I just let it go. And I said, well, just call the store and tell them you're calling out sick. And for me, that's really good because I'm usually like the fixer. Like, yes, I can do this. Let me do this. Let me fix it. But you know what? It was okay to say, you call out, that's your shift, and I can't cover it. I'm already busy with other things. Anyway, so we went around the room and said our good intentions that went bad, the experience, and I'm not quite sure what we were supposed to kind of gain from it, but it was a fun class, and it was fun to hear what everyone else's kind of things were. And I guess it was more like you might have a good intention to get someone into a pose as a teacher, but then that might damage their body or make them feel uncomfortable or create an injury. So you have to be really careful. What having a good intention might not always turn out to be the best. So you just have to be mindful of people, of their bodies, of their levels, where they're at. I remember when I first started doing yoga, they would say namaste, and I'd be like, that's so weird. I'm not going to say namaste. I don't even know what that means. That's weird. But then I think one of the teachers or somebody finally told me it just means peace be with you, So it's like, okay, peace be with you. I can say that. Or I thought it was some kind of like weird Hindu religionish word or something, but it's not. It's not. I mean, it's just peace be with you in another language. So I was going to tell you what else we did in the class. First of all, the homework. I don't know if I showed you this homework assignment. So we need to come up with our goal, how we're going to get them, and each and every morning read steps A, B, C, D, E, and F. Obviously, I haven't done that yet, but I plan on doing that this week for sure. And I think it's really important. And I did put something up on my mirror that what my goal was. And then another homework sheet is to practice yoga every day, and then write down kind of what you learned from it. Just Monday through Sunday, when you practiced yoga, how it felt. Just kind of keeping track of your own practice. So those were the homeworks. So then she also gave us these cute workbooks with our name on it and kind of what it is. And it has just like information in here, like what is yoga, and also the history of yoga, how it began in India, and just the 8 limbs, the Chronicles of Yoga, how it began in India, and then it was brought to LA in the 1950s, and now it's became kind of like what our modern yoga is today, which is kind of like more focusing on, instead of using the words that the Indians used, we just use more practical words that people understand, so they can kind of get into yoga and see what it is. The reason I got into yoga is because I was having a lot of back pain, and I had a back injury at work, and my lower back always hurt. So I started doing yoga twice a week, and I felt better. My back was really feeling better, and then I finally got stronger in my back and in my body, and now I just really love the way that I feel stronger when I'm doing yoga. I feel I get a lot of peace because you just kind of relax and breathe. It's amazing what breathing can do to bring kind of calmness and peace into your body and mind. So those are some of the things. Oh, last Monday we had class again, and we learned hatha, gentle hatha yoga, and we went through all the steps of each pose. So each person in the class got to teach one pose. It's this little worksheet of the different poses that we learned, and how to describe each pose. So you would say begin with your legs out, and bring your right knee in and stretch out your left leg, and then take a deep breath up, turn to your left and bend over. And the point of this one is to keep a straight back and just bend over and just to feel the stretch and what it's good for and all that. So each person got to do that with each pose, which was cool. It was fun. We all felt like little teachers because we got to teach a pose. So now I am going to get into some yoga today because I need to stretch my body out and feel good. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and go to the next one so that it can be pure yoga bliss on the next video. So thanks for watching, guys.